So here's Lamar Jackson and the Ravens needing a couple of scores as they start with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Caught right side, it's Snead. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24. You take a bit of a risk every time you throw the ball in these conditions.
You're absolutely right about that, because one slip, that can cost you a chance in the Super Bowl, so the concentration has to be perfect, both when throwing the ball and when trying to look it in. Not to mention keeping your balance while running your route.
And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out, and the Ravens draw a bit closer. So we've got a ball game again, folks, 27-20, and this is getting good.
Even when they were down, we absolutely knew that they wouldn't go quietly, right? These Ravens are tough, and what a tremendous drive there, engineered by Lamar Jackson, to get his team right back into this game.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The snow continuing to fall. What a scene here in Baltimore. It's 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. This pass into the arms of Snead. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're running right through it. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That's caught. Mark Andrews. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
This hasn't been the smoothest day for him, but he certainly picked the right time to get right, as they like to say. How about that for a touchdown?
Boy, he did. I guess they say all's well that ends well. It's not over yet, but you're right. He picked a good time for that first touchdown pass.
Exactly right. Not over yet. The defense is going to have to make it hold up.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for two to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. And this is caught. It's a 3-point game. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now Mahomes. This one complete to Kelsey. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Bell. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
A 37-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. taken at about the 1.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We can call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 2nd down.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, we remember the road Jackson and the Ravens have taken to this point. Losers to the Chargers in the playoffs 2 years ago. Losers to the Titans last January. But in 2020, they earned the #1 seed again. This time they win the divisional round, Jackson's first playoff victory. And now they search for a 4th quarter comeback here. On the option, Jackson will keep it. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
And it's caught! Touchdown in overtime. And they are Super Bowl bound.
Oh, they can't stop it.
Well, for a battle of AFC Titans, this one certainly did not disappoint. The Chiefs look to be headed for Tampa, but Lamar Jackson leading the Ravens back in the fourth quarter, and they're going to represent the AFC in Super Bowl 55 as they have captured the Lamar Hunt Trophy for the third time in franchise history.